And Pratiloma is a breathing technique that specifically to strengthen your diaphragm. And interestingly, studies done with elite athletes found that half of them did not have a diaphragm that was contracting and relaxing fully. So if they don't have it, chances are you and I don't have it either. And man, we got to get on it. And if you get COVID, God forbid, you really want to make sure that you go into it with a diaphragm that's working for you, because it's your major breathing muscle. So it's simple, a very simple technique. You can take your fingers very simply, and you would just, any way you like, you just partially close your nostrils, about 75% closed. And we can all do this with me when we do this. Sit up straight, partially close your nostrils, and then breathe in through your nose, through that restriction. That restriction will force your diaphragm to contract in a way it doesn't have to contract when I just go like that. So here we go, here we go. Let's do it together. We're going to take our fingers and we're going to breathe in, partially closed nostrils. To the very tippy top, open your nostrils, let it out. Partially close your nostrils again. To the very tippy top until you feel your diaphragm under the rib cage contract. You should feel your diaphragm. Most of us have never felt that before, Stephen, because we don't use the diaphragm that way. And we go through a process, you do 10 of those, so all the way into the very top, feel the diaphragm, open the nostrils, let it out. Breathe in all the way to the very top, and open up and let it out. Super simple, super profound. And when it contracts, it's supposed to pull the air down into the rib cage and force the rib cage to open up and expand. But the rib cage has a thing called elastic recoil. It's like a rubber band. It's always clamping down on your rib cage. It's always tight. And your diaphragm is supposed to open it up 28, 26,000 times a day. But problems happen, right? As the rib cage gets tighter and tighter, and we sit a lot, right? Even if we do yoga and exercise, we still end up sitting in a chair for dinner, sitting at a computer, sitting in front of a TV and movie, in a car. We're always sitting. And when that happens, the diaphragm, the rib cage just gets pushed down into your diaphragm, sort of forcing it into an already contracted state. So your diaphragm can't contract anymore, and because you're in a sitting position all the time. I mean, chairs are basically a recent invention, and it's devastating to how we breathe, not to mention a sedentary lifestyle. So the diaphragm is already contracted, so we don't have a diaphragm that's strong enough anymore to force the rib cage to open up and to relax. And that diaphragm is the #1 lymphatic pump in the body for all the lymph in your abdominal cavity. You know, all the waste, all the belly fat and the cellulite, that's lymph, proven, well documented. And your diaphragm is the #1 pump for the lymph out of the abdominal cavity. The diaphragm is a pump for the breast tissue as well. Studies with women with breast cancer show that the majority of them have congestion in the anterior diaphragmatic lymph nodes. So breathing, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of what breathing is about.